Good morning, Lockpod. I need to put my headphones on both. Good morning from Lockpod.
Good morning, Caboose. How are you, sir?
Bringing it in. We've got the we've got the locomotive actually on Skype. We can see him.
Look at this.
There's four of us: Matt Reardon, Phil Taillon, myself, and the locomotive. Good morning, Mayor.
Has that ever happened before? Where you good morning and Mayor's already Skyped in?
This has not happened. Are you kidding me? That would require technical expertise.
New technology going on here. This is great.
I'm also here. Thank you.
Oh, and Jill's here, and John.
Thanks.
With those two other people over
I was so stressed about making sure the Mayor's Skype worked that, and so was John. But Mayor, you're on. Can you hear us? It's probably going to freeze right as soon as
right now.
Literally
right
just
I
can
hear you.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
There
Good
you go.
morning. Are you
No,
serious?
we
guys
got you.
didn't-
No, we hear you. Good morning, Mayor.
I am in this.
And wearing your seatbelt.
Yeah, I don't know how long
look at
this
you,
is going to work.
obeying all the traffic laws.
Okay. You driving, smoking a cig, got some coffee going, or no?
No, I'm
Okay.
the passenger. Yeah, Aaron, my brother A is
Eyes on the
driving,
road,
so
eh?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Eyes on the road.
Let me
Yeah.
jump in here real quick.
Eyes on the
I
road.
think Tom's
Yeah.
cell signal's
Sure.
like in and out of good service, so
Oh,
there may be a delay. So give Tom a couple seconds before you guys respond.
Got
okay?
it.
Yeah.
So I guess let's just kick right to it. You've got a big announcement today to announce, and kind of been a crazy week regarding Fest. So, Mayor, why don't you go into that, and we can let you go ahead and give the good news.
Sure. As everybody knows, Toby Keith unfortunately had to cancel Country Night at the Festival of the Lakes this year because he's dealing with the chemo effects of radiation and chemotherapy, having stomach cancer, and obviously we wish him the best. It was a big blow to us with only a month to go before the festival, so we doubled down trying to keep Country Night in place to make Phil happy. So we put an offer on Darius Rucker.
Is that the
What's
one
the matter?
about your job?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Keep Phil.
He says make Phil happy
It is.
means you still have a job.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just checking, man. Glad to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So we got an offer on Darius Rucker that was accepted. Darius Rucker, country superstar now. He's started off with Rudy and the Blowfish, and he's going to headline Country Night at Festival of the Lakes on Wednesday, July.
13th.
What is the date on that, Kevin? 13th. So there you go, Darius Rucker. Festival of the Lakes. We're super excited. Country Night stays in place. The entire lineup stays in place outside of Toby Keith, who we wish the best of luck, and hopefully he'll be back
Just
next
really
year.
good work by your team, I think, Mayor, including the folks that work on the agency side and the park side to get this done. I mean, what a quick turnaround. I mean, you found out Sunday, and by Friday you've got something in place.
That's the longest. It's the shortest notice we've had for a band that canceled the fest, and to turn it around in a week is pretty incredible. So great job to everybody. Thank goodness. And by the way, I was actually about to bail on Country Night, and Phil saved it. So I do want to
Great job,
throw
Phil.
some props to him.
Well,
He did.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. I appreciate that. But you said you had something in place by Sunday. I wouldn't say something in place. Darius Rucker is going to rock Festival of the Lakes.
No, what I said was we had something in place by today. It
Okay.
canceled on Sunday. We had something in place already.
I would say
It's not just something in place, I guess, is what you're saying.
I know there's a lot of Toby Keith fans. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people
isn't?
true. There's a lot of people
That doesn't seem sincere.
excited about Darius Rucker.
Not sincere, really.
I need you to sell
I got to
that
work
more.
on that.
I think he's going to be. I think it's a great pivot, and it's going to be a great show.
And he's going to play some Hootie stuff.
Oh.
I mean, it's going to be.
Hootie.
We're all going to be singing along the whole time.
Oh, I'm
It's
gonna
be
be.
fun.
Are you
I
telling
love
me I
Hootie.
can have Hootie on Wednesday and Counting Crows on Thursday?
It's going to
Right.
happen. It's actually going to
My
happen.
high school
Same
days.
era. Yes.
Mayor, I know you're cruising down around the state today. I don't know if we still can hear Mayor or not. I think we got him.
You still
No,
He's saying
he's
no.
shaking his head no.
I
We can
can't-
see you.
No, you guys are breaking
Well,
up.
we've
real
got
bad,
you.
so. Hey, one more thing before I let you guys go. Hey, for everybody that bought a Toby Keith, if they want to refund it, that's fine. We're working with them. If they want their money back, if they want to transfer the ticket over to another night, or if they want to keep it and go to Darius Rucker, they can do that as well. So anybody that bought a Toby Keith ticket that feels like we didn't meet our end of the bargain, we will refund their money if they want that. I want to make that very clear. So
Yep, you came through loud and clear, Mayor. That was perfect. I know you're headed to Angola and then down to Indy for a big speech tomorrow. Good luck with that. Good luck with the convention this weekend. It's going to be awesome. Any preview?
Yeah. James Carville is going to be done. It's going to be. That's my preview. But I'm super excited about your show today. I get to actually relax and listen to Lock Pod, and we got great guests today. Obviously, Matt Reardon back in the studio, and Phil Taillon, and of course the great Jill Gajewski and John Besmar. So looking forward to hearing the rest of the show, guys. And it's cutting in and out a lot, so I'm just going to put it on and wish you guys the best.
Drive safe.
All right, see you, bud.
See
Drive
you,
safe.
Aaron.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Whoa.
That was how do we grade that Skype? I think maybe like I'd say a C+.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
We got through it.
Yeah.
Based on the location where he was, John, I'm going to say it was a B-. I'm going to give him a little bit more.
He's out there.
I mean, we're grading John, not the mayor.
Oh, well, John's getting a D. John
So I know when he starts getting into bad service because Jill could probably see it on my end, but the window resizes itself. Like the lower the service, it kind of like gets tiny.
So
people on Facebook could see that exactly.
Manage bandwidth. Yeah.
Skype's like, let me send a 720 high def signal, and then it's like, nope, I'm in a bad service. Here's 480, but that's all tech stuff. Let's move on.
I think we just lost viewers.
Wow. Yeah, they're like, what?
What? 480?
What does that mean?
I think. Well, let's talk about this fest lineup, Phil.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Darius Rucker.
Yes.
Counting Crows.
Boom.
Leonard Skinner.
Hello.
Rick Ross
Okay.
and the Locks.
Yes.
And go ahead. Your Spanish is better than. Oh wait, Matt Reardon. Your Spanish is better than ours.
What's that?
Los Originales de San Juan.
Originals de San Juan.
There you go.
So you got some Puerto Rican folks playing?
Well, I don't know. I think they might be.
Ooh, I don't.
Not sure.
I think it's Mexico. They're from Mexico.
San
I
Juan?
think.
It's Latin.
St. John?
Latin.
I don't know.
St. John.
San Juan,
San
Puerto
Juan,
Rico?
St.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's an amazing lineup, though.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of
Listen,
fun
this whole Hootie thing's really put me back. I heard you guys say that last night. I was like, man, and this is, okay. So I'm getting ready to get engaged, and I'm like, I got Hootie playing in the background, and
You're getting that ready.
I'm ready. I got Hootie playing. I only want to be with you in the background, and I'm getting engaged, and I pop the question at Tangletown. How romantic is that?
Wow.
No way.
For Hammond. So I'm going to see if I can double back.
This happened?
Yes. I'm going to double back with Rucker and see if he can't pull me and Mar up on stage for our 25th. Think he'll be down with that? I know you just shoehorned him in.
That was your song at the at your proposal?
Yeah.
That's
I know going.
Whoa.
Yeah. I wanna be with you.
Everybody's
now
crying.
it's like, I only want to get away from you.
That's the 25-year.
That's the 25-year version.
That's great.
Good old
Well, that's
Darius
great.
Rucker.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, I think we should. Darius is a big golfer, too.
Yes.
So I think we should try and get Mayor out
already
there with him.
already let his camp know that it was available. So
Okay.
it's good
That's
news.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
right.
Mayor
It's
can
like,
do that, you got to
just
do
go
it.
over there. Well,
Have
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, that's happened before, Phil. I think we've
Yeah.
had other Diamond Rio.
Old Dominion.
Old Dominion. Okay, yeah.
They golfed last year. At least one of their members. I don't know that the whole band did, but at least one guy got out there. Really liked the course, by the way. Said all good things about Lost Marsh.
he's lying.
Yep. Yeah, because he lost.
Either that or he's really
He can
good.
afford all those balls.
Either
No.
it was really good. It was like, it was okay. It was
I
nice.
think he shot like a 79
Well,
or
that's why he
something.
didn't win the
was
course.
So
Yeah.
he was like, it was
It's
nice.
like
really
in your
good.
league.
Yeah.
Nah,
Reardon,
I
that's-
don't know. That's
Speaking of golf, last night there was one of our sponsors is Challenger Learning Center,
Yeah.
Northwest Indiana, had a great fundraiser at the Sportsplex. Phil, you and Jimmy did a great job
Thank you, sir.
as auctioneers
Thank you.
yesterday. But one of the I want to find out from Matt what he thinks about the value here. So 2 golf things went down.
Okay.
One, a foursome at Olympia.
okay.
But you had to golf with
a member.
Yeah, with a member, and then that went for $800.
Okay.
And then the social membership at Innsbruck, 1 year social membership, went for
Was it about the same?
it was about the same. Oh, wait a minute, no, the you know what? Olympia went for $500. The social membership went for $800.
I think whoever got the Olympia, it's probably $200 a guest or member fee to pay. So that was good. Both of them were good buys.
Plus, the guest said he was buying drinks and dinner.
Well, there's.
I
There
think
you
they
go.
got
That's
added
worth
in.
more than the golf.
All right.
But both those are good deals. I mean, that Innsbruck thing, you play golf, I think 5 times. You can go to the club, you can go to the pool. That's a deal.
Well, wait,
For
Kevin,
sure.
didn't you win the social membership?
No.
That wasn't you?
Mm-mm.
Who outbid you last second?
Somebody did back in the back.
Because you were going for it.
I was going for it. Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
It really is.
Those are good prizes.
Well,
I'm sorry I couldn't make the event too. I know Dodie and the rest of the group at Challenger,
Yeah, I mean,
try
it's
to
a-
whip ass at that.
They've been a
And,
sponsor for a while. I mean,
Sure.
Phil, do you know how much they raised?
I heard the number 60,000 being
No
thrown
way.
out.
Excellent.
Yes.
That is great. in
No,
one
it's
night.
not official.
I mean, I think about 15 grand of it was Kelly bidding on auction items. So you're
lots of
Nice.
items.
That's why you're in a t-shirt, not a
Me too.
suit today. You
Tonight,
feel
uh,
lighter.
Give me this.
After
Look at
Kelly
that. He's
won.
holding her arm down.
Yeah.
Stop it, Kelly.
Oh, I did walk over at one point.
You're like, hey.
I did look.
I know you work at a bank, honey, but come on, civil servant. What? Come on.
Just for everybody, because Kelly won so much yesterday, I will be bartending at True tonight. So if you want to stop
They're
by.
not a sponsor anymore. You can't say them.
Oh, no, then. Okay, who can I say?
We don't have a Cal Brew.
He's gonna be.
Calvary.
You're gonna be bartending at Grizzolia's Concrete. Come by to get your estimates.
We still love True.
We
though.
we're
We
gonna-
still love True.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things we're going to talk about, we're going to do some ads real quick, come back. We're going to talk about the mayor's convention festivities this weekend because I know some of us are headed down there. Pretty exciting, number one, that he's speaking at it. It's probably going to be, I don't want to necessarily characterize it like this, but probably the biggest speech of his political career.
Absolutely.
And
It's
in
huge.
front of thousands
It's
of
huge.
people.
He's listening to it.
Yeah.
It's enormous.
No
I mean, this is
pressure.
going to make or break you. I hate to say it this way.
No pressure.
There's thousands of eyes that are going to be on you.
But I saw him
on.
practice it yesterday. It's going to be
Good.
great. Real excited about that. And we're going to talk about the convention in 1 minute. But let's do some ads first, Phil.
You
Lead
didn't
us off.
even mention
That you're in.
congratulations.
Oh, congratulations
to the Golden State Warriors for winning the,
Oh,
the
yeah?
championship last night.
They handled them.
I mean,
It wasn't
Stephen
even close.
Curry.
Well, 21-0 run.
Yeah.
They were down 17. 21-0 run.
Isn't that some people are saying Stephen Curry has now solidified himself as one of the 10 best NBA players of all time.
Wow.
So that's another conversation for another time.
Four championships in 8 years. And by the way, what I would say, the reason I like the Warriors is they stuck together.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go
True.
except for Durant. And where's he? We didn't even talk about it. We don't even talk about
didn't
it right
work
now.
out for him.
So
All right. I'll start us off here.
start us off.
Executive Suites 2. Executive Suites Squared, commonly known as ES2, is a first-class executive office environment located on 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue exit. ES2 offers flexible membership plans that provide the privacy of a dedicated, fully furnished offices with 24/7 secured access. For more information on their basic or private office membership packages, or to rent one of their state-of-the-art conference rooms, call them at 219-844-2901 or visit them at executivesuitesnumber2.com.
Hey,
You want to read concrete or marijuana?
I'll do concrete.
Go ahead.
You could smoke both, by the way.
If you can.
I've never tried to ingest concrete.
I'm telling you, it's possible.
It is?
That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
Just don't let it
I'm
harden.
not recommending
Just don't let it harden.
I'm not recommending it.
Yeah, it's not been recommended.
No.
Hey, Grizzolia's Concrete voted number
Shoot 'em
one
both up.
in the Times Best region 2021 and now 22. Grizzolia's Concrete
How do we get Ditka?
specializes in all concrete projects.
You did get- it's one
And
of
they
the
have
Ditka
been
guys from Saturday Night
using the original cement finish from the California style since 1972. They
We
offer
need some
stamped and colored
sausages.
concrete.
Sausage.
Call now 219-659-4147 to get your project lined up for the summer.
Thanks, Bernie.
I like it.
Bernie, I think Bernie's going to ask Matt to do it all the time.
We may have to record that and just play it back every week.
Agree.
Are you, Phil? Are you looking for the closest cannabis dispensary to Northwest Indiana?
How did you know,
today?
Kevin?
This
Who
morning.
isn't?
This is where Phil has. You've already been there this morning.
That's what took so long.
Searching-
He said Dunkin' Donuts.
He's
what
like,
he meant
that's
was
the Dunkin'
Mission.
Donuts line.
Yes.
Also noticed
That's the line you get in after the Mission line,
searching
isn't it?
for the best prices and unbeatable customer service. Look no further. Stop into Mission Dispensary, located in Calumet City, across the street from River Oaks Mall on Torrance Avenue. Visit missiondispensaries.com to learn more.
I got to tell you, the economic development team for Hammond and myself went to a restaurant in Bridgeport yesterday. We're trying to recruit them to come to Hammond. And they're like, hey, would you like I forget what they called it. Was it a slushie or something? And then they're like, do you want it infused? And I'm like, whoa. Infused.
With?
They put it right
CBD?
in there. Yes.
What?
Right in the
Wait,
drink.
CBD?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And did you get it infused?
I didn't because I was on the job.
Yes.
But I'll tell
Number
you
one.
this. It was a popular product that was selling.
Interesting.
Sure.
People were
that.
buying it.
Are they coming down to Indiana yet? Do
We're
you know?
working on it.
All right.
We're gonna bring. I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want some other community to try and swoop in
That'll
and steal them
happen.
from Hammond.
That's right.
But we're gonna. There's a restaurant we're excited about.
Excellent.
So, the Bug Guy Pest Control. In a world where mosquitoes are blood-sucking menaces, where mosquitoes attack relentlessly, and mosquitoes have almost drained the human race of its entire blood supply, we look to one person to save us: the Bug Guy.
Dun, 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 dun.
The Bug Guy's unstoppable bug-killing force. The Bug Guy is restoring law and order to backyards, parks, outdoor weddings, and concerts this summer. Call today and tell the pest he's on the way. Call 219-810-7481 or visit thebugguynwi.com for more information.
I saw Ron Prestmer yesterday, and Michael, and Ronnie.
Oh yeah,
They were at the
I
saw him at
fundraiser.
listen to this. I saw him twice in 2 days. Once at the wheel, having lunch, of
course.
and then they were at the Challenger Learning Center event.
I see.
He comes every year.
Good supporters.
I see those guys. They're at Innsbruck a lot. Michael's a good golfer.
Is
So,
he?
You know, yeah, he's good. He's young and flexible.
You know it's a good sign when you're seeing people at a lot of fundraisers.
Is,
It
It
is
means
a good
they're
sign.
giving back to the
is
community.
flexibility a characteristic of golf?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's back up
oh
here,
my,
Jill.
yeah, absolutely.
Young
Yes.
and flexible.
Yes. If you watch,
Jill perked up.
Jill's like, "What's this? Maybe
Who
I
is
should,
this young, flexible
maybe I
young
should
man?
maybe I should watch some of that BS on Saturday afternoon. That looks like
US
nobody's
Open.
paying attention. Yeah,
US
that's
Open.
super
Spry.
Brooklyn, Mass.
Yes, very cool.
You know, the Ron J. Pressmer Insurance Agency has been located for decades right on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond, serving all your insurance needs. They specialize in a wide variety of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. Apparently when they're not on the golf course, or at least
Correct.
Michael.
They're out there selling.
Prestmer Agency serves over 1,000 people and businesses all around Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron, Ronnie, or Michael at 219-844-0103. Bunch of good guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right, we're back to the second part of Season 6, Episode 19.
That's insane. By the way,
You're, John, do you agree with
what was the
I
over?
agree
What,
that is insane.
seriously, all you people in here, what was the over under that this shit was going to go on more than like
10 shows?
after Tom got done being pissed off? Like seriously.
Well,
all right, never mind.
But
Forget
the
it.
good, thing
This is
about,
like
the good
work.
thing about Tom is he tends to get pissed off about other things.
Oh, good.
They want him to come
Fair
back
enough.
on.
I completely understand. He's like, I got another axe to grind.
That's right. Let's talk
into
about
We're
it.
doing episode 19.
Exactly.
Are we on Friday? Yes.
Yes. Good. I got some shit I want to get care of.
But actually,
Went to jalapenos again.
Oh, that'll-
man.
Poor jalapenos.
Man, I've heard some people upset about Mexican restaurants, but that was quite a diatribe. I was
cake.
just like, dude,
That took the flan.
Just
Yeah.
don't go. Took the flan. Nice.
That story has been on like 3 different seasons.
It's
I know.
awesome. It just will not die.
It
And
keeps
it's like,
coming back.
And
I'm sure
Jalapenos like, don't talk about us anymore. It's
Stop
fine.
talking about
They're
it.
But he
sending him
keeps
like gift
going
cards
there.
and
Yes.
like, Mayor, come back.
Now the
He-
food is good. I will say.
He has
but-
said he has not been back, but Marissa has gotten carry out for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Which-
the same.
A loophole.
It's
not a loophole.
Exactly.
Legal
He was
loophole.
doing
Like a
that. He
loophole.
did that with BW3s when he had
Yes.
a
I
problem.
remember that.
Bombers.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Bombers.
I'm never going to.
He said,
Bobby
I didn't know.
again."
I didn't even know I was eating this. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know where it was from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Come on.
delicious.
Someone
but
puts Mexican fruit in front of me, I eat it.
We,
That's what he, I
we
think
do
that's
that
what he
at the
said.
office. We'll tell him, "Hey, Mayor, we got BW3s, but we replaced it with bombers," and we're like, "He has no idea."
He's like, "This is delicious, man." They really stepped it up.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did, man. Right.
Hey, nice shirt, Phil.
Thank you.
Did you get that at the Jimmy Eat World show we went to?
I did actually.
Did you really?
Yes,
Nice.
absolutely, man.
I don't remember you buying that shirt.
I don't
I
either.
did, man. Absolutely.
Snuck it in?
100%.
All right. That
Great
was
show.
rain delayed.
Yeah, remember though, it was still a great concert.
That was a great.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was
Rain
good.
delayed concert.
We did the trivia.
Well,
game.
we didn't. No, the great part about it was, I'll tell you, this was Northerly Island, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This
Yes.
was really cool. They put out like we're going to be delayed before we even went.
Oh, so they
So
knew
it was
it
like
was up.
so we kind of hung out at a bar up the block,
Right.
and then just walked over when it was
cool.
time. It was great,
Yes.
right?
No
Oh, yeah.
joke. At that bar, Phil made the server cry. Was it Phil?
No, it was Kevin.
Oh, it was Kevin.
It was
What?
Kevin.
Do you remember
not
he made
true.
the server
I
cry?
need to
Literally
hear
in
that.
tears.
I remember.
Hey,
No.
unless
I was
this was-
consoling the server.
I was going to say,
who
unless
was
this
crying.
Unless this was about Steely Dan and how Kevin feels about him, I can't see that lady crying.
I love Steely Dan.
Here's what you should know: when there's a concert and Kevin's involved, something bad's going
Something
to happen.
funny happens.
Something happens.
right?
So Phil made the server cry. Then he consoled her for crying.
Why does he keep saying Phil?
Oh, wait, I need
I'm
the
sorry,
whole-
Kevin.
I need
The
The
whole
service
story.
was so bad. If you remember
Yes.
this, like, and they were short staffed. The service. This is pre-COVID too. This is like
Yeah.
2018, right? The service was so terrible at this place. Actually, I think it's closed since then. And
Because of you.
the server came over and she was like, "It's my first day," and she started crying.
That's
And I said, "Yes, it was." And I said, "Don't worry about it. Take your time. Bring us the drinks when you can."
John, do you want the real
Judges?
story now?
Yes,
That is-
please,
that
Phil.
is close to
Judges,
being
is that
accurate.
So here's closer
Oh
to
my
accuracy.
God, Phil,
The
don't
girl
lie.
comes over, and it's one of the worst service experiences that we've all had in our lives. There's no doubt about it. And she did say it was her first day.
Yes.
And Kevin tried to like almost kind of politely be like, "No, I understand that, but we're going to need to talk to the manager." And she just starts crying.
I don't think
Like,
that-
that's exactly what
No.
happened, Kevin.
I can't really.
You said we have to talk to the manager.
All I know is we left her a big tip.
Do you,
Did you?
wait, do
Wow.
you
Absolutely.
actually
She
think
was
it was
crying.
Do you think it was her first day?
Yes.
Oh, I think
Oh
it was.
yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I think they almost threw her to the wolves. Like,
did.
hey, we know it's your first day, but get out there and tell everybody the drinks are coming.
Yeah, the
And they
manager
weren't.
the manager did a shitty job. The manager
Terrible.
came over and like blamed everybody else.
Yep.
But
So listen,
himself.
all you customers need to really get your shit together.
I think
I'm
he
tired
was
of dealing
blaming you,
with
Phil.
it.
Phil, if you wouldn't order those slushy, fruity
God damn
drinks, maybe we'd have your
Any
maybe-
man in this group drinking
wrong?
Jack and
That's
Coke?
right, right.
Come on.
That-
We serve real drinks for men that want to get drunk.
You're not even that far off. At one point, I think they said, "This is what we have on a tray."
It was. They
Yes,
did.
yeah.
They brought over a tray of drinks. We said, we think this is your order.
We're like, "All right, well, we'll drink it."
It might not be. Or they
Not
might have
right.
picked it off a table.
Probably. They cobbled together some drinks
Some
from another
parts.
table, poured them into one glass.
All the ice was like melted.
Melted.
Oh, my God. That's so bad. No wonder you were pissed. You're
Yeah.
like, what?
It was
No
bad.
wonder he made the server
And I'm
cry.
sure the drinks were, like, free.
No.
Of course not.
Oh, I don't think
They're
so.
$15 a throw, so
Yeah.
you're like, what
Aren't
the
you
fuck?
glad we went to the story, Kevin, instead of
well,
Let's
like
yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was a funny. That was a crazy.
that was crazy.
But-
Oh,
I didn't make her cry. She cried, but I don't think it was because of me.
Yeah. Anyway, nice shirt, Phil.
yeah, thanks.
back to that. Yeah, really sweet.
So I'm excited about the convention. And so this weekend is the Indiana Democratic Convention, state convention, where all the delegates go down there. There's they're going to unveil, well, they've already unveiled the ticket with state treasurer, state auditor candidate, secretary of state candidate, and U.S. Senate candidate, of course, Mayor Tom, right? So the interesting thing about it is tonight there's a dinner. It's kind of like their annual dinner. James Carville speaking, which I think is going to be phenomenal. I mean, there's some Democrats right now that are kind of not James Carville fans. I'm still a James Carville fan because I think he talks straight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you 100%. He's a moderate, right?
Sure,
So,
he's a Clinton architect of the Clinton
Right.
Correct.
presidency, I guess, right?
Yes.
he aligns
Southern
well with Tom.
Democrat, conservative.
The Raging Cajun.
Yeah.
Louisiana.
And married to a staunch conservative.
Yeah,
That's right.
I think she's from Cal City.
I love this article you sent
Really?
me to throw up, Kevin. The first quote from him is, "Wokeness is a problem, and we all know it."
Yeah,
Carville.
I mean, James Carville, right? I mean, it's interesting. He's talking about. He said,
Correct.
Wokeness
Yes.
is a problem, and we all know it. Stop. He basically called Democrats to distance themselves from faculty lounge bullshit. I mean, that's what he said,
He's
and
right.
I is interesting. I mean, I think that's an interesting take on because James Carville's all about winning elections.
Yeah.
So he's like, if you're going to win elections, you got to be careful that your messaging doesn't put off the part of the electorate that kind of wins elections, which is the middle.
So you're
right?
saying defund the police was a bad
I think
slogan
that-
for the
I-
Democratic
Was it
Party?
really, though? I mean,
no,
come on.
Phil. I think that's
I mean,
the
who
problem
doesn't?
is that it's being the Republicans did a good job.
Yes, they're great
making
at
it
that.
sound like it was a slogan of the Democratic Party when it really wasn't the Democratic Party. It was right. It was the folks
A
that
fragment
were.
of-
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
so. I mean, I think the Black Lives Matters groups and some other groups that were, obviously they're more left than they are right.
Yeah.
It got like kind of. In fact, I even remember the congressman from South Carolina saying that in an interview, we can't be associated with the slogan defund the police. And it reminded him of, he said in the civil rights era when he was in sit-ins that they got a bad name from, it was like kind of the same thing. You got to be careful what your moniker is or what your logo is, because it could turn on you.
Yeah, shockingly, you got to watch when you're going to run your fucking mouth.
That's right.
What?
Just like that.
Just like that.
Well,
how's that for a slogan?
Who knew?
Yeah, who knew?
You're putting that on a sign.
Who would have thought that you might have fucking consequences to what you say?
Well, but
Go figure.
Don't you think there's almost like a conspiracy thought with me that thinks like Republicans are feeding these to the left?
Oh,
the
for
radical,
sure.
Here, this is a great slogan for you guys.
Hey, man, did you hear about those cops? They're terrible.
Everybody's saying
You
defund the police. these
I
days.
can't do anything about it, but you guys can.
Exactly.
It's better for all of us. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And
And
of
then we walk it back. Then all of a sudden, well, no, we didn't mean to fund the police.
What I meant to say,
take money and put into programs that'll create less crime. And that's your.
Anytime you have to say what I meant to say or what that meant was,
Or-
you already lost the argument.
Or
Done.
or when you say something, you're afraid of like, did I say that the right way, or am I going to get in trouble for saying it just because I said it this way? And I think that's one thing that Carville said, and I pulled this out of an article. He said, this is a quote from him: "You ever get the sense that people in faculty lounges and fancy colleges use a different language than ordinary people? They come up with a term like Latin X that no one else uses, or they use a phrase like communities of color. I don't know anyone who speaks like that. I don't know anyone who lives in a community of color. I know a lot of white and black and brown people, and they all live in neighborhoods."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's saying it. He's putting it out there.
Yeah. So, and I think it's about messaging. It's about how you come off, because if you come off unlike regular people, you're going to have a message.
No, and a lot of people just do. And then with the the growth of social media, it is exponential. So, while some dumbass senator from a southern state may pop off and say something, right? Everybody knows now. So it's not like I don't give a shit what the guy from Oklahoma is doing. I don't know anything about it, and I don't really care. I got my own problems with my own senators. But you hear about it, and it keeps going through the internet, and then, the trolls glom on, and then the MAGA people glom on, and then the Democrats fight about it, and then the left-wing people, and next thing you know, it's the original intent of the statement is watered down to the point where it's just general bullshit to score mythical Twitter points. Like, he doesn't have enough followers on the Twitter, so he's not going to win. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard Mayor on the campaign trail say, like, look, I know that there's a lot of push from progressives or far left of our party, but, what we want to do first is we want to win.
Yeah.
And winning's important. And then those discussion points are important. You said, look, I have some very progressive policies that I've instituted in the city of Hammond, but I want to make sure that we win first, and that's what we need to do. We need to win. And Carville went on to say about this kind of language that is being used. He said there may be a group within the Democratic Party that likes this, but it ain't the majority. And beyond that, if Democrats want power, they have to win in a country where 18% of the population controls 52% of the Senate seats. That's not changing.
Correct.
So
This isn't just a Democratic thing, guys. Republicans deal with this too. I mean, it's not a perfect comparison, but look at how they said the election was rigged, right? It was on social media everywhere. Everybody bought it. They all fell for it. Then when it was proven like 80 times that wasn't true, then they started walking it back. And like, no, what we meant was too many. Oh, John just cut me off. I see what he's doing. This is John Vesmar cutting off my microphone. But that's exactly the same thing. They walked it back and said, oh, no, we meant the mail-in ballots were unfair.
Well, the crazy thing is, I think if you see these polls, I don't know if these polls are accurate, but that, a third or I forget what it was, a third or two-thirds of Republican Party people that associate themselves with the Republican Party still believe that the election was stolen. Now, I don't know what defines that, but
what is that? There, that's the thing that amazes me. And people can't be that dumb. I mean, honest to
yes, they
God.
can.
You mean like Clarence Thomas's wife?
Right.
Is that who you're talking about?
She's
Easton?
insane.
I mean, that's the one article. That's the one. Like, I don't watch
saw
media.
that.
I'm on Twitter a lot,
Yeah.
and that's the one I keep looking at. Is like, she's crazy.
She's nuts.
She's that crazy aunt you have. That's like
she was pushing an agenda.
Yeah,
And she was in there with Eastman, and they were all pushing this agenda. And I think
testify under oath. We'll listen. We'll listen to anything you want to say. Go testify under oath.
so far to me, the interesting thing about the January 6th hearings and commission is when I see the interplay like between Republicans to Republicans or people that were in the administration, their private conversations. Like I even saw something from Sean Hannity. It was I think it was a tweet or a text to Meadows where he said like, I'm concerned about the next 48 hours.
Sure.
Like, so, on the air, he's this personality, but it's interesting to see what they're talking about in private.
All of those people were like, "Hey, back it down," and he didn't do anything about it. But so what I'm wondering, since we're on this whole thing, what is DeSantis waiting for? I'd be chucking Trump under the bus like every day from here on out.
I think he's afraid of the fact that Trump's like still looked at as the head of the.
You know what I'd start with? I'd start with arresting everybody who drives out of Mar-a-Lago drunk. That's where I'd fucking start as the governor of that state.
He does have control, right?
I'd be like, you know what? I'm the governor, and I'd park fucking state troopers out there, and I'd make it so hard for anybody to enjoy shit over there. The next people I'd send over there would be like, oh, code enforcement's coming your way.
Mar-a-Lago.
He's
code
doing
enforcement.
region politics
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, right. So hey, look, I'm
Lake
I'm
County
trying,
going
That's
to
what we
Florida.
need. We need like all the Lake County people who retire there.
I'm trying to win.
To start working
and
in
this
the
guy's in
inspections
my
department.
way. And he's a dumbass. And so you got a guy who went to Harvard and Yale, was in the military, like great paper behind him. Smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Dolt, who got dad's money, fumble fucks his way through real estate, gets there, great salesman, great huckster, gets the White House. And I got to think, DeSantis is like, if I don't do this now, that asshole's going to get back in line.
John, where are you on this? Because I know you follow DeSantis.
I would prefer DeSantis over
so
Trump.
why do you think he's not pushing more?
I think the polls show Trump is still with the Republican
Yeah, but how
voter.
But you got to change that,
You
right?
got-
if you're DeSantis, you can't just sit there and be like, oh well, the polls are with Trump. I gotta
Gee shucks.
like,
If
what
that-
does he do to get kind of over that hump?
I don't know, because I think what he's doing down there is great, but it's not bringing him up in the polls, I guess.
No.
the
Well,
national
so
polls.
that's where you got to be Billy Big Balls about this and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, look, I don't know about that guy and him trying to overturn the government, but I'm not down with that.
I mean, you look at it, right?
And you
when-
just quietly say it that way. And, you
Yep.
know, hey, this, I'm really distracted by January 6th hearings and I'm really pissed off about gas. But I'll tell you what, first and foremost, I'm an American and we can't have people trying to take over our country. I don't care where they are. And then you go on from there. And you don't have to mention the guy's name. You just put innuendo of that shit out there.
Because I think someone's got to stand up to him and basically give a new narrative that allows Republicans to push the election was stolen to the side and to focus on winning in 2024.
And you got to give these true believers a valve, a pathway to self-respect after they're like all in, like
that's
Jenny
what I'm saying.
Thomas.
That's what I'm saying. Give them an option to like say like, oh, that's all the past.
You know, that was bad.
We're with this guy now
because he's talked about this is bad. We agree. And he's doing this in the future. And you transition. But that's going to take a sit down with Clown Boy Trump to say, okay, I'm going to give you, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you this. And if you say it out loud, I'm going to tell everybody you lied. And if you don't back out of this shit, I'm going to throw you under the fucking bus full on with the weight of me in Florida and all my other crazy fucking people throughout the country.
I don't exactly love everything DeSantis is doing also.
No, I don't either.
When it comes to his agenda, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't either. But I think that at the end of the day, I think to me, it seems like if the Republican Party is going to renominate Donald Trump as their nominee,
they're in big
going to
trouble.
lose.
Yeah.
They're going to lose.
But do we all agree on this? The January 6th hearings. Well, okay.
No. Okay.
Go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead,
want to hear it,
Go
John.
ahead, John.
Thanks, John.
I think.
I want to hear it, John.
Okay.
How does Donald Trump win in 2024?
First, he's like, first, the election was rigged. I want to start there. I want everybody to know it's
I don't
true.
think it would be tough. No, I don't.
You think he wins Pennsylvania? You think he wins Wisconsin?
No.
He can't win, John.
You think he wins?
He's done.
The problem
His
now we're
reputation
down.
is
This is
destroyed.
the other thing.
But
that
you
pisses
guys,
me
the
off.
Biden's approval rating.
I understand.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I got you.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's a walkover, right?
No.
I'm just saying the Republicans, to me, would have a much better shot if they didn't nominate Trump.
Whoever they nominate, that's not him, will win. That's why if you're advising DeSantis, they'd be like, do you want to be the president or
Yes.
not?
Right.
Because you know what? If you miss this, that fucker is going to try and stay in there. He's going to I'm going to stay in for 2 more terms. He'll die in that office.
Well, I don't think DeSantis's play is denounce Trump and separate. I think it is be America first, but that you're actually going to get stuff done, right? Because Trump got in there, I'm America first, but He didn't do. Think about it. His big thing was build a wall. Didn't build a wall. Better, less spending. Less spending. Trump's
More
budgets
spending.
were huge, huge.
Save the coal miners' jobs. Didn't happen.
But
Nothing
DeSantis just run on America first. But I'm actually going to get stuff done, and I think that's it.
You have to bump Trump off his
I think so
insane
too.
pedestal.
It's
because
dangerous though because it backfires on you. You start losing the
you're still
primaries.
you know
Yeah,
what?
man.
You're still the governor of Florida. You're like, you know what? Go fuck off.
Well,
I actually have.
But
is that even a safe seat? Is
Never
that a
ends in
safe
the
seat?
house.
I have skills. I'm the governor. I went to these colleges. I was in the military. Dude, you dodged the fucking draft and you took your dad's money. So I'll have a chat with you about whatever. You're not even the best businessman out there, you clown. Now sit down and move along. You're 75.
Well,
hit the bricks.
What I was going to say, John, kind of ties into what you're saying. We're actually on the same page on this, is that these January 6 hearings, they might be fun for us in the media to kind of look at and like, oh my God, look what these people were saying to each other. But in the end, all people care about, inflation, supply costs, supply shortages. That's what they're going to vote on in November.
It's
That's all
not
there is to it.
difficult. They want cheap gas. That's it, guys. And you win the election.
Well, let's do this because
you're
I
right.
think this ties into a discussion I want to have. We're going to come back after we do our other ads right now and talk about kind of what you see because the midterms are important not only because they're important to our country, but they're real important to a friend of ours, Tom McDermott. And I want to talk about why Tom McDermott's the right candidate and why he can buck what everybody says is going to be the trend in the midterm. So let's come back in a second after we do some ads.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law.
They were there last night.
They were. Injured, they got their butts kicked in bags. Yeah, I said it, John.
They also lost the heads and tails game.
Yeah.
Which is not hard to lose.
Jimmy and I raised, this is not exaggeration, about $1,100 for Challenger
bet.
Learning
From
Center.
people grabbing their
It was
butts.
a hustle.
We bet them, and if
It
whoever
was a
lost
hustle.
had to donate to Challenger. And
Oh, nice.
Jimmy and I did well last night. So,
did you have the difference weighted bags on the other team? Is that what you did?
man, come on.
Is that what Jimmy Eat World means?
My-
Oh, you're talking about your brother?
We had the bags like one side was sticky, the other
Yep.
side was
Right.
shiny.
Yeah.
Injured or in trouble with the law? Give us a call. Schedule your consultation today with someone who is in court and at the jail every day by calling John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit our website at bettercallcantrell.com.
We're going to skip the next one.
We are.
Yes, because
Okay.
it already happened.
Well, I was
we
gonna
talked
say-
about it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
You
they
know-
did. They were covered.
When I was at the gala, the Purdue gala with them,
Oh.
which was very nice, by the way, they said like they write these scripts for their ads, but you
They
guys
never make
always
'em.
change them because they're too what?
Is that you, Kevin?
No.
Make them pay extra the more risque
We
their
censor
ad.
You know,
our
I have a
ads.
law firm too. I want to make sure they're not too good.
They're like, we're the best law firm in Hammond and Munster.
And Hammond and Munch.
I mean, the lights are barely on here.
Kevin changes
because
it
of
to-
Cantrell and Cantrell.
My mic went out once. I think that was a power issue with
It was
Smith
the
Cersei.
bill.
It was a power issue, all right.
Yeah.
Misprint, specializing in delivering the highest quality signs, printing on time and under budget. Misprint's experience in technology allows them to offer custom, commercial, on-demand printing and solutions. Rick Balthusberger and his team have serviced Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana for over 30 years. Misprint has 2 convenient locations to serve you in Munster and Hammond.
My trunk is full of misprint printing currently.
Really?
Ready for the convention.
I
Swag.
met Rick's dad on Tuesday.
Oh.
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
One of the nicest men. I'm telling you. You see where Rick got it from. His dad's a great dude.
He
There you go.
subbed for me at Poker Club. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, he wasn't great at poker.
how did he? Yeah, what did I play?
That's why Phil liked him so much. Oh, he was such a nice guy. He threw.
No.
I made money off him all night.
What a soft touch. I mean, a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. That's decency. Have you heard? I mean, has that word come up at all in the last 5 years?
No.
Rick is a nice guy too.
He is a
so
nice
like you
guy.
said,
That's what I mean.
That's where he got it from.
Like I wish this country still had some of like the older kind of thinking of older people in our society that treat people decent, have manners,
Have empathy.
Don't get me started.
There
Well,
you go,
Phil,
John.
if we didn't have all these
Empathy's important.
wokeness people walking around, maybe they would.
Yeah.
Cancel culture.
I hear
That's
you.
right.
We got to talk about that.
No,
too.
old people are canceled. Their decency is canceled.
Phil has canceled all old people.
No,
as
I
of
want
right
them
now.
back.
just in.
I'm bringing them back. Yes.
This just in. Phil has canceled
This is
old
going to be
people.
a Times article tomorrow. Chief of
Mayor,
staff for
Chief of-
Hammond.
Cancels old people.
Old people are canceled.
Shuts down Hammond Senior Center
On eve of Democrat convention,
during
Mayor's
heat wave.
Mayor's chief of staff Shuts down senior
Closes
center.
all cooling centers.
says not worth the effort.
Bingo.
At 11.
The game of bingo is no longer needed.
Oh boy,
You're up.
No, you're.
Oh, all right, fine. Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard of Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise. But no senior
Tortillas
discount.
Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
I did a tour with the Lieutenant Governor and with Representative Andrade at Tortillas Nuevo Leon on. It was just a couple days ago, and it
Always
went really
pretty
well.
real cool to go in there.
It's so cool to see. I mean, those machines are worth like $2 million, but they do everything. It just you put the dough in, and it just comes out done in a bag, ready to sell. It's pretty cool.
Okay,
so
this
my
just in.
my brother was was surfing in California, and a guy that was there in the morning surfing, he's like, "Hey, aren't you from Hammond?" And Matt was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "I was just there doing a repair at Tortillas Nuevo Leon."
Get out.
How
Yes.
funny.
He's like some guy that works on these machines. There's only a couple guys in the country.
Well, I'm sure.
Who's out there surfing. What's the chance of
Wow.
that? See, the region's everywhere. I
is,
I
for
say that.
sure.
True.
The region is
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah. No doubt about it.
like an
So this just in.
infestation.
Phil is for firing people at taco factories and for automation.
No,
More
I,
news at 11.
no, I only want to fire
Just
old
the
people.
seniors.
Man.
Old
Only
people.
old-
right,
yeah.
right. Sorry.
They're not getting paid anyway.
right.
It's fine.
They're not. Right. They're at minimum.
They're there
wage.
for the free
Yeah,
coffee.
you bet brewery.
Free coffee and tortillas. What?
This show's going downhill
Delicious.
quickly.
It is not. This
Nearly
is
10
top
years
The
in the
lowest
making.
rated Lockpot episode ever.
episode.
Bud Light Next, our first zero-carb beer, is the result of a brewing breakthrough making the impossible possible. Super crisp and refreshing, Bud Light Next is a light lager with a 4% ABV and is brewed with the highest quality ingredients while containing only 80 calories, 0 grams of sugar, and 0 carbs. Here's to what's next. Head over to calbrew.com for more info. Cheers with beers.
Thanks, Phil.
Yep.
Those, and thank you to all of our sponsors. John, one of the things we were talking about and have been talking about on the campaign trail is that Tom's kind of like a no bullshit candidate. Like, he says what's on his mind. He says it like it is. And that's kind of one of the things that I think James Carville, when he was talking about Democrats, he wants to see more of. And one of those people that he was talking about is someone that's going to be speaking tonight at the convention. And that is, where is she, Phil? There you go. Senator Mallory McMorrow from Michigan. And I don't know if you've seen this. And it's a long one, but I do want to just play a little bit of it. This is her tweet that went viral. I want to say there you go, 15 million views.
Whoa.
Yeah. And she took on somebody.
Thank you, Mr. President. I didn't expect to wake up yesterday to the news that the senator from the 22nd district had overnight accused me by name of grooming and sexualizing children in an email fundraising for herself. So I sat on it for a while wondering why me. And then I realized, because I am the biggest threat to your hollow, hateful scheme. Because you can't claim that you are targeting marginalized kids in the name of, quote, parental rights if another parent is standing up to say no. So then...
She doesn't
Yeah.
look like a groomer, but I don't know the story.
So this was about I think it was
What
about
does
a
a groomer look
I
like?
don't know, but she
I
doesn't
don't-
look like it.
That isn't what I see when I see groomer.
No.
And I think
But who knows?
she goes on for a while, John. I don't know if you
Yes.
want to play maybe another 30 seconds.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then you dehumanize and marginalize me. You say that I'm one of them. You say she's a groomer. She supports pedophilia. She wants children to believe that they were responsible for slavery and to feel bad about themselves because they're white. Well, here's a little bit of background about who I really am. Growing up, my family was very active in our church. I sang in the choir. My mom taught CCD. One day, our priest called a meeting with my mom and told her that she was not living up to the church's expectations and that she was disappointing. My mom asked why. Among other reasons, she was told it was because she was divorced and because the priest didn't see her at Mass every Sunday. So where was my mom on Sundays? She was at the soup kitchen with me. My mom taught me at a very young age that Christianity and faith was about being part of a community, about recognizing our privilege and blessings and doing.
She's the religious
So
stuff.
yeah, so
She
but
was doing
I
fine
think
there.
the interesting thing about that is she's kind of taking it to the Republic or to the narrative that they wanted to, that they think they can put all Democrats in, right? And she's basically saying F off. Because here's what I really am. I'm just like everybody else here. I go to church. I'm a mom. I live in suburbia. This is what I am. And they're trying to say you're woke. You're a you're supporting.
I want to see
trans
this
kids.
ad. Like, what could that ad be?
Well, it sounded like it was an email or something.
Yeah.
trying to
Oh, is
raise
it an
money.
email? Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, somebody raising money. Did you hear that Mallory McMorrow is a pedophile praiser?
Grazer.
This is the world we live in now. It's
Yeah.
not
See, I
like
told you.
It's bad.
But I think it's about punching
It's
back.
really bad.
And I think
You
that's what
can't-
James
you
Carville said. He's like, you got to
have
punch
to.
back.
I mean,
right?
I think I'd literally be punching people with the shit they say. I mean, I would
Yeah.
have I don't have the skill to sit there in an organized session and listen to that. Like, can the gentleman from the 12th yield? Because I have a few things I'd like to say. I think it'd be like, what the fuck? That's a lie. Stop saying it.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. So Carville said regarding that clip, and it goes on for about 4 minutes. He said, enormously effective piece of communication. There's really no comeback to it. She spoke English. She wasn't defensive at all. And he said this should be shown as an instructional video. I would tell other Democrats to talk that way. I'm going to start talking that way.
Didn't Todd Young say the same thing in an advertisement about Tom? He said he was this ultra left radical. I mean, they just say whatever people, and people buy it because they don't.
He said it in an email. He said the Pelosi this, my ultra left opponent, blah
Yes.
blah blah. Yeah. So I think it's important, and that's why I really like Tom's candidacy, because we know this. We've known him for 18 years to do this in City Hall. He talks straight. People just want you to talk straight to them.
And he's not perfect. He's not a perfect candidate. He knows that. He comes out. He's like, "Here's who I am. This is the person I am. I'm a common sense, normal person, just like you. I make mistakes, but also I have a history of being a proven, successful leader in politics."
And he gets things done.
Absolutely.
It's not like he's going to go to Washington and just sit around and criticize.
Oh no, he won't sit there and play.
sit
Everybody said that about when he was running for congressman. They said, "Oh well, he's going to get there and he's not going to be able to do anything." I'm like, I know what you're saying, and I know there's truth to it. I'm just telling you, you don't know Tom. He won't let that. He's gonna shake things up. He can't help it.
Hold on a minute. Tom had a lot of connects in D.C. to start with, so that's a.
It's a plus.
That's
true.
That's a huge plus once you get there, because anyway, back to Young and Braun. I mean, it's so disappointing as somebody who really sides more on the right of center line.
Yeah.
When shit like that, I mean, I Braun is so much worse than Young, and that's not a platitude for Young in any stretch, but. The stories these guys tell to get elected, they sound, Braun's story, hey, look, I'm a business guy. These two jokers are no good. They're Washington this and they're Washington that. And, 3 years later, that douchebag is signing a piece of paper that says, yeah, this whole election was fucking stolen, right? And then he changes his mind because they stormed the Capitol. That's the kind of shit we're dealing with here. And, I just wish these guys would half-assedly try and tell the truth.
Well, I mean,
hey, you know what? It sucks. Gas prices blow. I'm going to do not one person. I've not read.
No plan.
Not heard from anybody like, hey, here's what we're going to do. Their plan is in 2025, it's going to miraculously change because Sleepy Joe Biden will be out of the White House. No, it's not, you fucking clowns.
Right. And if Donald Trump would have won, you wouldn't have had inflation.
Well, Braun did tell the truth one time. He said that he wasn't sure interracial marriage is a good idea.
Yeah, that's right.
So he does speak the truth every once in a while.
I mean,
Matt.
he felt passionately about that. And then everybody, I mean, it's such if you can peel back the strategy and have an understanding of what happens, it is, you flood the zone with stuff. And you have to deal with all these things one at a time. You're a litigator, so you understand. I'm going to present all this information, and then everybody has to figure this out.
Got to wade through it.
And you got to wade through it. So, people have to, they're like trying to sift through all this shit, and it's a proven strategy. And then when you're found out, and then it's found out to be a lie, then you litigate it for real. And you're like, well, I'm just going to go to court about it, and let's drag this out. Let's push it out as far as I can and get deal fatigue.
Well, I think to me, it's really interesting. It seems like every time either January 6th comes up, or then we have a mass shooting. Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
It all goes back to, have you looked at gas prices? Have you
it's
seen gas
insane.
prices? This is hurting your pocketbook.
It's
Now, maybe that's an effective strategy. I guess we'll find out. But to me, it's going to be a really interesting year to see, does the fact that we've got more and more kids being killed at schools, does the fact that you've got half the population's constitutional rights are about to be overturned, right? And if Roe gets overturned, which we all believe it's going to do, is that going to, in January 6th, when you have this whole information about what really happened, is that going to turn the tables? Or is everybody be like, gas prices are too high, we got to get rid of Biden?
Yeah, Biden. I mean, it's his fault globally. So, I think that's a great strategy. I do. That's what I'd be talking about. Don't say anything about anything else. Just talk about gas and inflation.
Do nothing.
And do
Todd
nothing.
Young does nothing.
No.
Where's his plan? Nothing.
We have high gas prices, and and
I'm happy about that because I might win.
And we went up 75 basis points in the interest rate, and it's Biden's fault. Not, hey, you know what? We got to figure out this is what we're going to do in a bipartisan fashion related to energy. We need to make something up, for fuck's sake. But give me something that you're going to do about it outside of after 2025, January 2025. This is all changes.
Well, here's something interesting. This goes back to Democrats kind of fighting back a little bit. And John brought this up and showed me this. We're going to show this. This is, Trump has this Truth Social, which I've never been on, Phil.
Nope.
No, I've never been on. John, have you been on it?
No, I have not.
Okay, so Gavin Newsom, governor of California, announces recently, I want to say yesterday, I just joined Trump's Truth Social.
I saw this. I was like, what?
I'm going to be on there calling out Republican lies. This could get interesting. My first post, breaking down America's red state murder problem, which we alluded to on the show, on the podcast with Mayor the other day. I talked about Gavin Newsom going after Governor Abbott, who called out California's murder problem. And he said, actually, per capita, we're one of the lowest. So here's Gavin Newsom. It's a 30-second tweet. John Vesmar.
Play it, Gavin.
John Vesmar behind the controls here. Here we go.
Let's try again. Here we go.
Gavin Newsom, and I know we're all on this platform in search for the truth, but the truth is I've not been able to find a simple explanation for the fact that we have a red state murder problem. 8 of the top 10 states with the highest murder rates happen to be red states. So the question is simple. What are the laws and policies in those states that are leading to such carnage?
So he's talking per capita, obviously.
I think you have to, right? I mean, if you can't you can't just say like, I don't know, call the small town in California, California or whatever. You can't say, oh, this has 3 murders and this has 500. It must be a worse town because they have 500 murders. Right.
That depends on the population. And
see, you lost a lot of people as soon as you said the word per capita. They're like, I don't speak none of that foreign language. I don't know nothing about it, but I'm keeping my guns.
Right. It's per population. Right?
Well,
of course.
Matt, I want to hear this from you because you said you're right of center. So this is the thing that bothers me more than anything. It's the most disheartening thing for me as a Democrat is like, as Republicans, it's more important that the gas price goes down than that our democracy is held together. Like, you hear it from John. He'll vote for Trump over Biden because look at what's going on in the economy, when our democracy is the most important thing. That if we lose that, we lose everything. Our country is not the United States of America anymore. So that's the most disheartening thing to me, and I want to hear your response, like what your thought is on that.
I'm agitated by the lack of passion by legitimate Republican people. I mean, setting aside, just general, political awareness and making sure you get reelected. Okay, no one is going to purposely shoot themselves in the foot. But I believe, and this is what makes me so upset about the GOP and the majority of them, is that none of them actually had said, you know what, I can't have this. We can't have it. I'm not going to do it on my watch. I'm not putting up with it. This job isn't worth it to me to continue to spread this kind of information and not act on it. So, and that's the most frustrating part of it to me. It's like, why the fuck? I mean, to me, it'd be like, listen,
we're the Liz Cheneys, right?
It'd be like, what? Why didn't you guys, like, how pissed off would you be at all those people that that you've known in Washington, that you were in these circles, And you're like, why didn't you do something about
Why
this?
didn't you stand up?
I mean, don't think that it wouldn't have been the first time that somebody walked back what a president was thinking of doing, because there's shit we don't know about, and you bet it's happened. And they're
Nixon,
like, hey,
they didn't let
all
Nixon
of it.
go.
Right. And so they're like, and that's the most frustrating. And it's like, are you doing this just to win an election? Okay, then what the fuck is going to happen?
You can't have a country or a republic based on I need to preserve my power.
If I didn't win,
that's where we've been.
If I didn't win, then I'm going to say it was a lie. I mean, there's no clear picture of how the GOP, the Trump people, have capitalized on fear, and is that when Trump originally started, right, and he says, that electoral college is all nonsense because, it should be up to the people. And then,
it's okay when he won, though.
Lo and behold, he's like, holy shit, what do you mean? I mean, that's how arrogant the guy was. And I appreciate you need to have that running for office. And that's not the problem. The problem is then when that didn't happen for him, he's like, oh, the founding fathers were genius to have the electoral college. Like, what the fuck? You were like betting that I'm gonna win the popular vote. She's gonna win the electoral college. This is what I'm gonna blow the whistle on. Right. And that was like the start of it. I'm like, okay, here.
That and they were like, it was the biggest crowd in the ellipse ever.
Oh yeah,
we started there. So. All right, well, listen, guys, we're going to wrap it up. I appreciate, Matt, you coming on.
Shit,
Phil, thank you, as always,
already?
for popping in.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I got a few more things I need to get off my chest.
Big,
I don't know when I'm getting back on here.
We didn't even talk about
another thing.
We didn't talk about Mitch Daniels at all.
We didn't.
My man Mitch.
Yeah. We're going to get to that. We should. Do you want to
Tuesday.
talk about it? Tuesday. All right. So
Tuesday.
Listen,
Mitch Daniels
wait. Phil also leveled an accusation at me that I don't care about our democracy. That's essentially what you said, Phil.
No,
I don't think he said that.
I said that.
I know you care about it.
I said that you'll choose a candidate over gas prices, inflation, supply shortages, over the importance of preserving.
Did I ever
democracy.
say that?
Well, I'm voting for Tom McDermott.
If somebody, okay, yeah, we don't have to get into.
I don't understand why those two things, Phil, have to be independent of each other. And I think it kind of goes to what Matt was saying, is like, where are the candidates that are concerned about
all of it.
Prices,
I'm concerned
and are concerned about the gun issue.
I'm concerned about all of it. I'm gonna. These are my platforms to address.
Well,
all of
that's
it.
what Tom's doing.
Yeah,
I mean it is,
and it kind of goes back to Tom, right? Because he is moderate.
I
right?
agree, 100%. I guess in my what I'm saying is somebody like Trump to me should be disqualified from ever being a candidate for anything for the rest of his days because he tried to destroy our democracy.
How?
Yeah, I know.
January 6th you know what?
All right,
January 6th wasn't
so
real.
the how is you got to. I mean, really, this is the other thing that agitates me about what a douchebag Trump is. Look, then go sit down, get under oath, and say your fucking piece.
I was wondering about that. Why doesn't he go talk to the commission?
Well, you know why he doesn't want to.
Because it's a witch hunt.
Yeah,
he said equal time. He wants equal time. Well, go ahead. They'll give you equal time. You can talk all you want there.
The Illinois guy on the panel. What's his name? John. Not John.
No.
Switzinger.
Kinzinger.
He's like, yeah, come on in. Sit down. Yeah. Swear in. Have at it. We're happy to listen to you. But,
that's
this whole thing, it's indicative of, I mean, the way that this whole, cult is working. This younger Latina gal wins in a runoff in Texas. And her name is Myrna something, and I don't apologize for not knowing it because I wouldn't know what the 43rd district in Texas because they don't need 43. But anyway, that's another story. And literally, she wins this thing in a runoff, and she's got from now until November, like to fill in. And one of her first things she did was get on Twitter and rip AOC.
Wow.
Like what? I'm like, okay, so you put all that energy in and all that time, and you won. And that's the first thing you do. I'm going to rip another Latina
like, this is what I'm going to do for my
girl.
district.
Hey, thank you. This is what I'm going to do. November's right around the corner. I want to win. And now all she did was inflame the Democrats.
Yeah,
it's insufferable. It's unbearable.
It's like
American politics is just
so.
It's so
dumpster fire.
It's so
cringe.
Bad.
Honestly.
Like who are the handlers? Like, okay, cool. Why don't you pass it over to me? I'm gonna hit delete.
People believe that's what you have to do to win.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
crazy.
dumb.
Get back to governing.
Yeah.
How about you tell people, great, I'm so happy I won. This is what I'm gonna do for you.
Sorry, Kevin. I hijacked your closing out the show.
No, that's all right. It was a fun final 5 minutes. But we are closing up now because I've got to meet the air conditioning guy at my house.
Oh no,
man.
But Matt, thanks for coming on.
Sure,
I appreciate it.
it.
Always
Always
fun
a
to have
blast.
Matt Reardon in. And
Yeah.
Phil, the chief of stuff. Always good to have
Thanks,
Phil
Phil,
Taillon.
nice work on the country.
Thank
night.
you for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Thank
And
you.
great. And
Appreciate that.
Darius Rucker.
See if you
go
can't
to
get that set up. Me on stage tomorrow.
festivaloftheLakes.com. FestivaloftheLakes.com to get all information about the fest. Darius Rucker now coming on Wednesday, July 13th. John, great job on Skype. Great work today.
Thank you.
And Jill, thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Jill.
Thanks, Jill. Is Jill here?
Jill's there.
There she is. All right. Season 6, episode 19 is in the books. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.